Okay, hi, my name is Becky and I'm with Beckinka. What I'm doing today is showing in a little more detail how to wrap a stone similar to what I did right here. I know previously I made a video that was a little hard to see, so hopefully this will help those of you that had questions still about how to wrap it using some lighter colors. Okay, so what I have right here, just to let you know, is a clipboard, which greatly helps, a pair of scissors, a stone cabochon, a lighter, and most importantly, your cord. Now, as I said before, there's a lot of different types of cord out there. I have never found a better cord than Lynn Hasita. We're also distributors in our store, so if you're interested in giving it a try, go ahead onto our website at beckinka.com. So today I'm going to be using a white onyx stone, and what's wonderful about wrapping a stone is you don't need any particular special stone. It doesn't need any holes in it, and it doesn't even need a groove. However, this one does have a groove. If you're interested in getting different types of cabochons, we have a whole huge variety in our store as well, like I said, beckinka.com. And we also are going to be offering wholesale for both Lynn Hasita and our cabochons. But anyways, what I'm going to be using for cord today, this one is color blanco, so white, and this one is number 18. So everything with Lynn Hasita is done by numbers. So anyways, what I'm going to be doing is cutting 4 pieces of cord, and what I normally do is take them from one side to the other. I stretch out, and I need 4 strings. Now, in order to make things a little easier to understand today, I'm going to be using 2 different strings, so you can kind of tell which ones are my guide strings and which ones are staying put and creating the edging. And I'm going to look at my stone, and I'm going to just kind of eyeball it, and at the tip of the stone I'm going to grab here. And this is the point where I'm going to start the 2 cords that I'm going to use to create the wrap. And normally I leave a little bit up on top. So basically, here's your white string that's pretty long, and then here's my brown string. And I'm just going to tie them in a little knot. And leaving a little bit of room. So at the end, if I made some mistakes in calculating how long of the cord I need, I can kind of use that. So now I'm going to take this knot and I'm going to stick it in the clipboard. Okay, so now that I have the cords ready, the 2 shorter cords, my white cords, are going to be on the outside, and my 2 longer cords are going to be on the inside, my brown cords. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, if we have A, B, C, and D, I'm going to take your C cord, and I'm going to put it over the B cord, and I'm going to wrap it around A. So I'm going to take this white cord with my finger like this, and I'm going to put it under, through, and up. Now I'm going to go the other way, and I'm going to go around this way, kind of making a 4, through, and up. I'll make a tight knot. Then I'm going to do the same on this side. I'm going to take my B cord, and it's going to go around my D cord. Okay? And this time I'm going to I'm going to hold this white cord with my finger pointing to the right, and I'm going to go down, through, and up, and then I'm going to go the other way, and I'm going to go down, through, and I'm going to make it tight. So like I said, this does not need to be perfect by any means, these first couple. So I'm not going to really check to see if it's ready yet for the stone. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm taking this cord that went around my D cord, I'm going to put it around my A again. So remember, your C cord always goes around your A, your B always goes around your D. Okay, so this is what makes that cross layer right here. So now I'm going to keep my finger here on the white cord, and I'm going to go down, through, and up. And I'm going to go the other way. around this way, through, and up. Now I'm going to take my D chord and my B chord. Okay, and I'm going to put my finger to the right again. It's just exactly what we just did. Okay, I'm going to go over, through, and up. Now I'm going to go back the other way. Alright. So I'm going to do one more and then I'm going to measure it against my cabochon. Okay, so I'm going to take my C chord and go around my A. I'm going to go under. Now notice I'm going over my other chord. I'm always taking the one that I'm doing on this side to go over this side first. Always taking C over A first. So go over, through, and up. And then go around this way. Through, and up. Oops. And then I put that to this side. I'm taking my D chord and my B chord. I'm putting my finger to the right. And I'm going to go over, through, and up. Now I'm going to go around this way. So, just a reminder, I have my finger out to the right. I'm going down, pulling it through, so I'm making it backwards 4. I'm putting it through the top, pulling it through, and going up. Now this is the time now that I'm going to check to see how thick I need this to be, because this is going to basically guide the rest of my wrap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cabochon and I'm going to make sure that it goes evenly on each side. So I notice now that I've made a good size. So I want to make sure to keep this length between this white cord and this white cord the same. Okay. So now I'm going to keep going. Okay. Up. Okay, and I'm going to keep doing this. Okay, so I'm going to show a little bit more. Okay, so as you can see, I kind of have a crisscross here. I'm going to continue. Now, the real trick is making sure that your white cord, this cord on the outside, stays in the same place. So I'm constantly checking, and I'm going to hold it really tight and make sure that the knot is going directly underneath. I'm going to do the same, taking my D and I'm wrapping the B around it, making sure that it's directly underneath as well. What happens if you start moving around the white cord and you're not holding it as tight is you could end up having an uneven or uneven wrap. Okay. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I want to make sure that I still have a wide enough but not too wide of a wrap to go around the stone. If it's too wide, what ends up happening is it makes it easy for the stone to fall out, and obviously if it's too small it won't actually fit around your stone. So you want it just right at the ends. Perfect. Okay, so you want it to look like that. Okay, that's why I always keep my stone handy as I'm going. Now as long as you keep these knots really tight, it doesn't matter that if you're using another color underneath or not. What this will do is it'll make it so that you can use 2 different colors or however many different colors you'd like in your necklace. And what I always want to do is I want to go back here and I want to make sure that's really tight. The tighter your knots are, the less they're going to move. And that's really important when you're making the wrap, because you want the stone to be in as secure as possible. So I'm constantly making sure it's in a straight line. And notice up here it's going to go in a little bit. That's what I said. The first 3 or 4 I'm going to end up taking out, and you'll see that at the end. I would not worry if that's if your beginning is not exactly what you want to see just yet. Okay. So if you need a reminder, if you're having some trouble, you're going to take this white cord, you're going to go down, through, and up. You're going to go the other way, making sure this white cord is tight. The tighter it is, the better off you're going to be. That's why using a clipboard is so helpful. And I'm taking this B chord and I'm going around my D chord, and I'm going over, up, and I'm pulling it up, and I'm going around the other way, through, and up. So now I've basically made what I think is the length of the stone. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to check it. I'm going to make sure that this is the correct length. And it looks like there's one little part, like I said at the beginning, it's not always going to be perfect at the beginning. So I'm going to take out just one knot from the top. Alright, and the way I do that is literally just slide it off. Okay, so I'm going to slide off one knot on each side. Because like I said, the key is really making sure you have a straight line on each side. And that's going to make your stone far more secure. Alright, so now I'm going to check. I'm just going to pull these a little tighter again. And I'm going to go ahead and see where I'm at. So what you want is that these two are about the same length, as you can see there. Okay, and so now I'm going to tie those 2 white strings together. Now at this point it doesn't matter how tight it is. I'm just going to pull this tighter as well, because I'm going to actually take it out and go back and retie it. However, you do want it tight enough so that when you're pulling it doesn't come out. So I'm going to take these 2 white cords in the back. I'm going to tie them. Okay? And now I'm going to put the stone in. Okay? So I'm going to put the stone in my wrap. I'm going to take the 2 white cords in the front, and I'm going to tie them together. Now it really does matter how tight I'm going to get it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie these 2. I want to tie it really tight, and then I'm going to pull this string through. I'm going to go ahead and try to get it really tight again. Alright, that looks good. Now I'm going to pull really tight. Now I'm going to take this knot in the back here, and I'm going to open it up, because what I want to do is make sure that it is as tight as possible, and I know that it was not as secure as it could be. So, and I'm going to tie these 2, once again, as tight as I possibly can. And the way I do that is I kind of pull it through, and then I go ahead and I tie it. I pull again really tight to make sure. So now what you have is basically the start of your necklace.